Boom, baby, boom! Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time, done on the afternoon because I was up at 6 a.m. and I caught another nap. Just how this show goes. Let's get it in, shall we? Your boy Marky Saint is the owner of Saint's Addiction, and I'm also the owner of my own addiction, and that's the blessing of my life. This morning I asked what kind of question, and it was boom baby boom. Look, they already started. Look, and my question was, what kind of meds are you on? That's right, I get natural medicine. And I was talking with my friend, and I figured I should explain it this morning since I was having conversations. Normally I don't talk before the morning marijuana motivation, but I wanted to encourage people to ask themselves, what kind of meds are you on? You know, like most people, they have some external, I prescribed it for you. The doctor, works for Pfizer and gives you the medicine of the day because that's the car of the day to sell. They make kickbacks. I don't know if you're aware of the medical system, but it's fucked up. I was on the boat the other day and I was like, hey, you want some weed? I had my pen with me and he was like, I don't do Schedule 1 drugs. And I was like, whoa. Schedule 1 means it has no medical property. But as we know, and especially as I dive deeper into this Netflix episode of the business of drugs, right, is that all these have an effect. Marijuana, your Schedule 1 drug, right, which they call it as a Mexican, what's that called? Slang? Not even that. What do you call that when you're saying something to somebody? Slanderous, when you're doing it in, no, not like Ebonics, but they wanted, what's the word I'm looking for? Racial bias towards marijuana. They would call it marijuana instead of cannabis, right? So they look at it and go, oh, you're smoking the weed. Yes, my boy's getting in here. What's up, Jack? Thank you, Ghost, Will, Tosh, you guys all watching this show. So the meds that we're on are going to dictate our attitude. My friend was really depressed, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't recommend this to you. Why aren't you on the microdose of mushrooms? And she was like, oh my God, I've been looking for mushrooms for forever. See, this is a natural fungus. This is the oldest planet on the planet, and it even grows on asteroids, right? Extreme cold, extreme heat, the fungus lives. So here I am ingesting and absorbing the best medicines on the planet, all naturally, without somebody using a weed whacker, putting gasoline on it. Lord knows what they're doing with amphetamines. I was like, oh my God, that looks so nasty. The things that we put inside of our bodies to feel normal amazes me. And I got it on an external source, right? I'm like, got it from internal to external. I haven't even been on mushrooms in a hot minute. Like, I'm just trying to explain to you, what kind of medicine are you on? If it has a commercial, like a Pfizer commercial or Prozac or whatever there were 23 million prescriptions for Prozac. I want to see 25 million people on mushrooms. That's right. I said it. Just a little bit. Like a quarter of a gram. Grind it up in a grinder with a little orange juice down the hatch will make you feel 10 times better. And thank you for sharing the watching too. I think somebody hit the share button and it's like it gets to go further. The message go further. So my question is, why would you do the other stuff? Alcohol's such a number that it actually numbs our intelligence that we can get. All I want to do is feel this. And I know people that do it. They'll just go day drinking. It's a huge thing for here in Las Vegas when they shut down the bars and now people can't get their hooch, but it's numbed us for so long. I wanted to know why people don't vote, and I wanted to know why people are not resisting. I want to know why people are just sitting in front of the couch. It's because they're numbed up. And as my friend writes here, only pills for worse migraines, right? Oh, my friend knows too, here in Finland, that the government's in on it too, right? Well, the government lets these beer companies promote to you and advertise in certain places that they wouldn't let anybody else advertise. Notice there isn't any advertisements yet for weed in the Super Bowl. That's my goal. They kind of had a CBD ad going, but they wouldn't let it go through. And then the mushrooms, the mushies, bro. Get in where you fit in. Something about this is magic. And here's where I mean by that. When you're going through space and you can buy a living organism that makes it to Earth and starts off the revolution that is plants. You see these pop up. Palm trees are dinosaur age. They literally have the medicine inside of themselves that's fit for you. And let me reiterate this, right? So as a psychologist, we can write a prescription for your ailment. It's like, you feel a certain way. Okay, recommend this. Okay, except for this is like a standardization, right? So when you're standardizing the treatment, right, it's like I'm supposed to get the same effects as you get, right? And same side effects too. This is just what we call a hypothesis theory, right? This is the science of getting high, I guess. And here we go, putting our stuff into us with like bleeding anus, heart rhythmia, all sorts of fucking horrible shit, just so we can fix a one thing. So it kind of starts throwing off our wellness wheel, almost like you can see the yin and yang going on inside yourself. But this medicine, this magic, the magic in the medicine isn't the visuals, isn't the feelings. It's the transmission of medicine. So let me get into it deeper. I just did a logo for the homegirl. She did the medicine of peace, right? This medicine for the inner peace of yourself gives you what you need. Now, most people, I don't want a bad trip. I don't want a bad trip. Been listening to too many stories, right? Again, Schedule 1 drugs, LSD. It says it has no medical benefits. Now they're testing it for people. The guy with the MDMA. You're watching the same Netflix show that I am. You saw the guy was going to kill himself, pulled the trigger, it malfunctioned, and he lived past that and has been on a regular dose of MDMA to get over his PTSD. MDMA, PTSD. They won't want you to hear that. They don't want you to hear that the ones that they put at the number one list are the ones that are working right now. It's the things that we need to see the most and that we need inside of ourselves the most. And that's what I'm saying about the magic. It gets in you and it gives you the message you need. Maybe you do need the good cry. Maybe you do need to get over the sorrow of a lost friendship, of a loved one, friends gone by. I know I still mourn mine. You know, like they might act like they don't know me and give me that half-ass Facebook ad. Like, we're kind of friends, but I won't claim you in public. I got that going on too. Trust and believe, we all got it. This is drama. But on the other side of this llama is some magic, where I find inside myself deep love, deep empathy, and a gratitude that won't shake. Inside myself, where I see light in a different perspective, where the next sunrise or sunset's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And the time that I spend with my friends is the blessing unseen. There's something about the magic that I get out of it, that I get out of it for me. Now you will get different effects because you might need a different medicine. You might need a different message out of the mushrooms. What a trip is that? The magic's inside of them, just like it's inside of us. And when we consume these things, we've been around the planet. Ooh, swallow oleanders, kill you. Ooh, swallow cannabis, you'll live longer. Swallow mushrooms. And it doesn't have to be a visual. Like I told my friend this morning, it doesn't have to be Dumbo pink elephants. You don't have to see things. You could just microdose. Like the billionaires are doing. Like smart people are doing. Like people that have already tried Prozac, lithium, Zoloft. What else have I been on? You name it, right? Girl here the other day on Xanax fell asleep, blap, face first, bank, passed out. That's not the drugs I want to be on. Benzos, amphetamines. What drugs are you on? Because we're all self-medicating in some way. Saints addictions, like everyone has an addiction. I just had to switch mine. It's not like I didn't be less addicted to the cocaine. I'm gonna say caffeine. I can't do caffeine. I'm high energy. But mimic happiness. We found every kind of plant took on this planet to exist more, to exist better, to do better by ourselves. Comes to me in medicine. Let's talk about realness. Let's talk about us making past pills. Past shaking boots and all these, what are they called? Corporations, the big pharmacies? Yeah, the pharmacies. The pharmaceuticals are desperately losing their $42 billion grip on your pain. They're not giving us the opioids, like their mass amount of opioids. Again, watch this Netflix special. You would not believe the amount of opioids, our amphetamines, our psychedelics. Look what kind of medicine we're on, and then I'll tell you what kind of results you're going to get. and I had to say it. So I'm not dissing anybody, you know. I'm not knocking anyone. I didn't call anyone out. I didn't talk about it like that. But if you felt offended, it might have hit home. And I too was not alone with my addiction. When I first found out, I was like, do you do drugs at home alone? I was like, damn, son, I do. Have I made it past everything that's ever tried to control me? Damn, son, I have. So that's your morning marijuana motivation. If you got anything out of this, go to Saints Addiction. Go buy a shirt. Then you're going to be donating to Saints Giving, because every purchase is a giving to feeding the homeless, which I was homeless. My promise was to always give back. And that's my human empathy. That I made it this far. That I found my help. That I found my medicine. That I found my happiness. And it's mine. Just like that. Age of Ultron, baby. I got all 5 rings. We were watching it the other day. Don't mind me, I'm high. But hey, that's the blessing on my heart from the start. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. Blessings. You hear the chimes? So blessed. But what? Let's manifest some chimes. Anybody got some chimes I could get? I'll buy off you. Peace and love. I'll see you on the other side.